All right. Well, you can pay me after the show. There.
Yeah, we'll settle it. It's like a tap kind of thing.
Well, we discovered that that Mark and myself and Hank all have a fondness for Bill Morrissey songs.
Yeah.
And someone, I'm gonna do one here. It's a love song, sort of. And sometimes you might come to a club like this one and look across the 1,000-year-old room and see somebody that catches your eye and maybe fall in love. Not real sure what the chances are of that happening tonight, but you never know.
It's pretty good because you can see all the way across the room.
Yeah, you can. See everybody.
If you can only see the first few rows, you always wonder, what if? I'm going to get in trouble.
Makes two of us. Well, my heart skipped a beat when you walked into the room, and in 5 seconds I was thinking bride and groom. I was thinking bride and groom, a thinking man and wife. I never fell in love so fast in all of my life. I know you'd like my friends. You gotta meet my parents. Daddy's pretty funny and my mama looks like Betty White. I need another drink. I need to figure out a way to introduce myself to you tonight. I'm lousy on the first night, better by the third. I was raised Catholic, in case you hadn't heard, but I ain't the kind of man who lives in dreams and wishes, who walks around the house breaking bread and blessing fishes. If I sent a dozen roses just out of habit, or would you press those flowers in your copy a bad bit? I need another drink, I need a cigarette. I ain't giving up, I'm gonna get you yet. I'll give you the rights to my 10 best songs, and if you want to talk, I can talk till dawn. Right now I need a word that rhymes with earn. I guess your name is the first thing I ought to learn. Hope you're a Democrat, hope you like the Red Sox, hope you like bourbon with a splash of water on the rocks. Bourbon with a splash, it's the only drink I make, but baby I could learn. There's a course I could take, you might as well give up. I'm gonna make my move, well, honeymoon in Paris. I hang out at the Louvre, we can winter in the city and summer up in Maine, and all of this'll happen just as soon as I learn your name. Bill Morrissey, yeah.
Yeah, it's always good when you find you have musical kind of heroes in common. I remember the first artist that I really kind of fell in love with, first kind of Texas songwriter that I fell in love with was Robert Earl Keen Jr., I guess. I don't know anything about Robert Earl Keen, but he probably sucked. I don't know, but Robert Earl Keen Jr. is pretty amazing. And I bought his, I remember sent away via U.S. mail for his cassette, something that would never happen today. But I got the cassette, and I could just make out in the picture in the back, he was kind of lounging on this kind of sagebrush kind of desert scape, and he had a button-down shirt on, but underneath he had a T-shirt, and on the T-shirt was the cover of the record that Bill Morrissey song is on. It's a picture of Bill Morrissey on his T-shirt. And I said, all right, this guy, he's good. I know put new strings on for you. That was my downfall here. But we'll... Oh, goodness. I'll do a Bill Morrissey song for you, too. I think I'm going to need Hayes to tell it. You know any dirty jokes?
Yeah.
Go for it.
No, they don't translate very well.
All right, well. That's good enough right there. All right. So I put out a new MP3 out on my website every month, and this is the MP3 of the month for this month here. It's a Bill Morrissey song called Birches. They sat at each end of the couch and watched as the fire burned down, so quiet on a winter night, not a house light on for miles around. Then he said, I think I'll fill the stove, it's getting time for bed. He looked up, I think I'll have some wine, how about you, she asked, and he declined. And Warren, she said, maybe just for tonight we can fill the stove with birches and watch as the fire burns bright. How long has it been? I know it's quite a while. Pour yourself half a glass and stay with me a little while. But Warren, he shook his head as if she'd made some kind of joke. Birches on a winter night? No, we'll fill the stove with oak. Oak will burn as long and hot as a July afternoon, and birch will burn itself out by the rising of the moon. And you hate a cold house same as me, am I right or not? Alright, that's true, she said. It was just a thought. And she said, Warren, you do look tired, maybe you should go up to bed. I'll take care of the wood tonight. Oak, he told her, and oak, she said. But she listened to his footsteps as he climbed up the stairs. Then she pulled a sweater on her and set her wine glass on the chair. She walked down cellar to the wood box. It was as cold as an ice chest. And she climbed back up with 4 logs, each as white as a wedding dress. And she filled the stove and she poured the wine, and she sat down on the floor and she curled her legs beneath her as the fire sprang to life once more. And it filled the room with its hungry light, and it cracked as it drew air. And the shadows danced a jittery waltz like no one else was there. And she stood up in the heat and she twirled around the room. And the shadows, we saw nothing but a young girl on her honeymoon. And she knew the time, it would be short, soon the fire would start to fade. She thought of heat, she thought of time, and she called it an even trade. Birches, there we go. Thank you. Bill Morrissey. Doesn't get much better than that.
All right. Well, we're gonna do another Bill Morrissey tune here, I think, for Hank. It's one I did on my first record, which I don't have here, but just wanted you to know that. If you like it, it's there on the internet somewhere. This is a song about license plates. I don't know if y'all have this in France. At home, every state has their own state motto. Like Texas, where I live, is the Lone Star State. Arkansas is the Natural State. Oklahoma is my favorite. It's the OK State. We're not great, but we're okay. Yeah. Missouri is the show me state. New Jersey is the garden state. Yeah. This is my audience participation part of my show, by the way. If there's anything that y'all want to add. Yeah. Well, but we were getting there. Let's just go back a step. North Carolina is first in flight. South Carolina is, Jesus, I wish I lived in North Carolina. But by far the coolest state motto of our entire country belongs to the tiny state of New Hampshire, and their state motto is "Live free or die." It's a great state motto, very revolutionary sounding and powerful. It just sucks if you're in prison in New Hampshire. Particularly if you have to make license plates that say live free or die while you're behind bars. So we'll send this out to Bill here, and thank y'all again for coming out. Well, I'm doing 10 to 20 in a frozen granite state, and every day I go to work to stamp out license plates. Every day I go to work, and every night I cry, 'cause every license plate I make tells me to live free or die. Live free or die, oh Lord, tell me why can't they say seatbelts fasten or Oklahoma is okay? Vacation land sounds mighty great, I wouldn't mind stamping out the Garden State. It's enough to make me cry. Live free or die. Well, I didn't mean to shoot that man while the gun just went off in my hand. I caught him with my wife, and it cost that man his life. Well, I just got home from the factory, and that guy was sitting where I'm supposed to be. Now he's up there in the sky, and I'm stuck with live free or die. Live free or die, oh Lord, tell me why can't they say seatbelts fasten or Oklahoma is okay? Vacation land sounds mighty great, I wouldn't mind stamping out the Garden State. It's enough to make me cry. Live free or die. So let this be a lesson to all you married men out there, that patience is a virtue, so make your plans with care. And if you catch your wife with another man, well, it's best to hold off as long as you can, then shoot him in another state where they got a different license plate. Live free or die, oh Lord, tell me why can't they say seatbelts fasten or Oklahoma is okay? Vacation land sounds mighty great, I wouldn't mind stamping out the Garden State. It's enough to make me cry. Live free or die. Oh, yodelay. Thanks, everybody.